On today's episode of Days of Our Lives, Marlena meets up with her family, Steve grills Megan, Bo tells Kayla what his plan is, and Andrew shows up with good news. Marlena and John kiss when he brings her home. John is astonished to see her there. Marlena is unable to fathom what he has endured. Marlena advises they tell the children the good news after John expresses how difficult it was for the children. They get together at John and Marlena's home after John phones Belle and Eric. Before John tells them to stop, they argue about Sloane. He informs them that Megan was located. The siblings are happy that she would now face consequences for killing their mother. John claims that she actually cannot. Marlena leaves when they press her to explain why she didn't. Because I'm still alive. Hope arrives to the ISA and discovers Harris chained to his bed. She informs him that the physicians are still deciding whether or not he is too dangerous to be released. She is convinced that he has been fully deprogrammed nevertheless. Harris is aware that the ISA's decision to release him is risky. The best course of action is to make him vanish. Hope won't permit that to occur. Andrew walks in. He informs them that Kayla and Marlena are still alive and that Megan has been arrested. Kayla, however, has been kidnapped. Hope believes she can persuade Megan to speak. Bo takes Kayla to a house on an island that has stucco walls and drop cloths covering the furniture. She demands to know their specific location, filthy and furious. He reveals that here is where Victor Kyriakis grew up after she scolds him for the difficult terrain they had to drive through to get there. The greeting, "Welcome to Greece." Bo explains that Victor purchased the house and left it precisely as is to serve as a reminder of his humble upbringing. Victor started there when he first dreamed of creating his empire. Bo will now create one as well. Kayla suggests that they go back to Salem so that Bo can get his act together. Never in his life has Bo felt more in control. He can start over and follow his destiny now that his past is cleared up. She claims Victor is poor because he is a vindictive, merciless man, and that the Kyriakis Empire is a criminal organization. The Bradys are wealthy and love in the meanwhile. Bo argues that instead of affection, his childhood was filled with deceit. He's had enough of being ruled by others. He chooses his identity. Although she makes him think about his children and family, he insists that this is his family. Chad tries to conduct business in the square, but Stephanie is preoccupied. Since he left, she hasn't heard from her father, and he won't return her calls. She is urged to try again by Chad. While Megan is sequestered in a glass cell, Steve visits her. He demands that she stop resisting and provide him information about where Kayla might be. She is unsure. Who has her, he wonders. His phone starts ringing before she can answer. To respond to Stephanie, Steve moves aside. He informs her that Kayla is still alive and that Megan is in ISA custody. Stephanie wants to talk to her after being startled. She was kidnapped, Steve says, but he won't stop looking for her until he does. Steve calls Stephanie again and then comes back to Megan. If she receives full immunity, she will reveal who is the owner of Kayla. Steve declines the offer. Then Megan requests to be moved to Statesville. She won't spend her final years in a place where she won't exist. He must carry out her directive or he will never see his sweetness again. Stephanie can't believe she will finally be able to tell her mother what she has wanted to say when she is back in the square. She breaks down and offers Chad her condolences. Her family has received a miracle, while his family has endured a horrible loss. She is instructed to stop by Chad. He's ecstatic that her mother is still with us. She claims Marlena is also alive. He queries Kate. Stephanie apologizes profusely. Belle and Eric give their mother a sad embrace at John and Marlena's. Marlena queries the loud sounds she overheard. She only wants them to reconcile and make peace, despite their attempts to make amends. Do you think you can accomplish that for me? They decide to set aside their issues, at least for the time being. That will be okay with Marlena. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.